He's long. He's real long.
Yeah, God, to make moves. Doobie don't snooze. It's on your back, cause they hate you. Dog break through, son get through. But don't break.
Yeah. What's good? What's up, peoples? This is Parlay with us, man. You got me, Mr. Bean, Stony Cook, Hustle Stack, Sean Doe, man. Condolences to Sean Doe. He lost somebody in his family. So Sean Doe won't be making it in today. But enough respect and much love to Sean Doe and condolences to him and his family. But yeah, man, we back on it. We're live. This is Parlay with us. We are in the studio, and today's man, it's they were saying Mayday all day at the stadium today. It's a Mayday, it's a Mayday. And yeah, that's what they was calling it. They was calling it Mayday. Like when you get on the, it was like they calling for help, Mayday, like Mayday, come on, man, come in there and help us. So that was the chant at the stadium today. Most people was backing that up. Shout out to my boy Munch. Munch was the one who was actually pushing that, man, the Mayday thing. They would say fatigues, time to stop wearing fatigues every week. You know what I mean? Start to go to war and go to boot camp on them. But it was a good game, man. So today we're talking about the Drake May project. We got NFL week number 6 recap. We got some best bets and some parlays. I know Sean, if he was here, he'll be giving us all his parlays, but we could still give you some best bets. And I think we got 2 good games going on tonight, a game going on tonight and a game tomorrow night. So we'll talk about that. But for that, moving forward, let's get it going, man. So what's good, Stacks? What's good, Cook? How was y'all weekend? And how did you like today's games, man? What y'all thought about today's game? Patriots game.
Yeah, I mean, there was some good things. There was some good things to point out today. I mean, first off, May 3 touchdown day, so that's not nothing to sneeze over.
Right.
That's definitely something to take into account, and hopefully he's finding some confidence in himself. He made some good drives.
That was a confidence builder right there. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, he threw a nice pass to I'm gonna say it wrong, Booty or Boot.
Yeah,
so he threw that was a nice pass.
Sean Boo, that shit was on the money.
Right on the money, right in the bread basket.
Right
in the bread basket. It's like you saw that ball like going over there, and it's like you just saw it come together, and it was just a nice pass. And so hopefully, we could see more of that from him. Some bombs, some stretch plays. But yeah, I mean, 3 touchdown day. I mean, he had some turnovers, but there was a lot of good there today, man.
And those turnovers was something good to learn from, I think.
Yes.
He's gonna learn, guys. He's gonna get the bumps, he's gonna get some bruises. He took a hit there in the third quarter. I was watching it. I was like, whoa, when I seen him go down and he was kind of clutching to the side a little bit. I was like,
seen that.
He took a little.
Oh yeah, when that lineman landed on his shoulder.
Yeah, he took a little stinger. He took a little stinger to the shoulder. What will go on there. So he kind of felt it. But when he's a big boy, and I'm telling y'all, watching him live, I wasn't lower down on the field. I was up top, but watching from that view, it was like a great view, like right on top of it. And I'm telling you, that kid looks. I'm sorry for Jacoby Brissett. Like, I was ready to, guys, I was on like, give the boy a chance. But two totally different quarterbacks, and the kid was getting the ball out of his hands. There was one play that it was dead. It was like the play was going, there was nowhere to go with it. And he had the right mind. Instead of taking the sack and getting hit, the defender was coming. He threw it out at the right time. He knew he was outside the tackle box. He knew nobody was around. He knew he had nothing, and he threw it away. Jacoby was taking them sacks within the past few weeks. So that's what I was looking at. He looks good. If they work on what they got today, if they look, not to blow up any saying like, oh, that's the new, here we go, we're good. But if they could work on what he did today and develop the kid and keep working on him, he might be the guy. He might, he got the tangibles. He ran when he needed to. You know what I mean?
Right. That's
he
what we
took
want to
his
see.
reads. He was looking for his reads. He wasn't tit-tat, he wasn't, his feet wasn't, you know what I mean? He didn't have happy feet. There was only once or twice you could see the happy feet, a couple of sacks, the interception, you know what I mean? Like you said, Stacks, the one behind the head, there was nothing there's nothing he could do about that, right? The way the dude intercepted that, there was like, what was that about? Like, how did that go down? But it was good. It was a good showing, I think so. Like, really, no bullshit. It was good to see what it looked like. Put it that way. The product, if y'all want to call it that, it was good to see what that looked like compared to what we've been seeing for the past 4 or 5 weeks.
I like the product. I definitely think the future is definitely bright. They just got, put some pieces. We all knew it was some building block this year anyway. Nobody expect us to go to the playoffs or even contend for the playoffs. Would have been nice if it would, but nobody was expecting that. I just think going forward, at least we got Stoney. We got one piece that's filled. You know what I mean? So this one piece.
Just build off of that.
Build off of it. Build off of it straight up. Work on that. Build off of that. Get, just get the best you could get out of him. Use his strengths. You know what I mean? Develop more strengths, but use the strengths that he got now. Like, and he got a little, just to seeing him pull the ball up a few times and take off of it when he knew he had to. That was encouraging. I think he had more rushing yards than I think he had some good rushing yards. Maybe over 30, 40 rushing yards, something like that.
And that Texans defense that's a stout D. Like,
that's a good D.
Yeah, it's a good D. Number one in the league in quarterback pressures. So,
they bring good pressure. They got a great secondary.
Yep.
Yeah, they get busy over there.
Yeah,
they could be had though. They could be had, but they seem to hold it together and not let the game get out of hand when they are in those type of games where they need to tighten up on the defense. They come through. They got a great team over there in Houston, but that's another example, man. They build. They was building over there. They got pieces and they was putting pieces around them. They got Joe Mixon on the off season. They got Stephon Diggs. So what they did was they had a great year last year. They made strides last year and they addressed those needs. Yeah, and they got those two pieces. Now they got two pieces that could potentially take them to that next level. And that's how you build a team. That's how you got to do it, man. You have a good season and then you build off it.
They drafted well as well.
Yes, and they drafted well. Also, they drafted great players, great defensive players. That defensive lineman, I was getting crazy today.
Oh,
man. He was a draft pick. I don't know his name, but man, he was
my man from that's what homie from Alabama. I remember him in Alabama.
My goodness, man, he was in that backfield all day today. He was.
Who was that? Number 94?
Yeah, he was up the Heisman. Yep. Will, I think it's Will something. I can't remember his last name.
Yeah,
he was bringing it.
I mean, they kept showing him, so it's like he was busy today. He got busy today.
Yeah, he definitely
he was busy. That was good, man. I'm telling you guys, it was a good showing. The Patriots, they just got to keep working on what they got going. You know what I mean?
They just need to get they just need to get a piece to add to this team and establish wide receiver and establish defensive players, somebody that's established that the team could feed off.
Not to cut you. Not to cut you though, Stoney, real quick. Did what's his name? Kendrick Bourne play today?
Yeah, he
played.
He played.
I didn't even look to see if his numbers. I didn't look.
Yeah, I think he probably had like
a lot of Pop Douglas. Pop Douglas looks like it's not a safety net, but he goes to Pop a lot.
Pop said he'd run through a brick wall for that dude.
Yeah.
Pop happy to be getting the rock, right? Like, fuck it, I'm getting the rock. I ain't fucking around with this no more. This is my guy right here. He got me a touchdown.
Yeah,
While a little bit thicker right now, you know what I'm saying? Got me a TD. I'm fucking with this dude.
yeah, that look like they're gonna develop a bond, them two, like that. You know, Brady Edelman, Welker type. I see him being that type of player.
I see Pop being like my man. What's my man?
The one that left. I know you're talking about.
Nah, Manuel Sanders kind.
Manuel Sanders.
Yeah, Manuel Sanders kind of. Yeah.
Who's the other guy we had that we lost in free agency? That he was like our main guy. He went to
Deion Branch.
Not Deion Branch. The recent one, recently. The wide receiver we had recently that we lost.
I remember no receiver we had recently that was any good.
Nah, not Cook. We had him. He was the guy for a little bit. I'm gonna find out who he is. We didn't sign him, man. He was like our main guy and shit. Damn, who's that?
Not Aguilar.
Not Aguilar.
Yeah, you got me confused on that one.
Nah, I'm gonna find out. When I tell you, y'all gonna say, "Oh, okay." Hold on, I'm gonna find out right now.
Not Mikhail Harry.
No, hell no.
He out the league, Pete. I don't think he in the XFL.
Not Mikhail Harry.
Nah.
I don't remember no receivers we had.
I don't remember no top guy that we had and we let roll out the door. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I'm about to tell y'all right now. Hold on.
But real quick, so I'm moving on with the show.
Go ahead, do your thing.
Moving on. No, we're gonna get back to it. But so since we was on the conversation of the Patriots, I was there. It was a good game. Houston scored 41-21. The game was tighter than what y'all thought. It just blew out of hand with the dumb plays and stuff, like the dumb moves, and it was just, unanswered points. But, at one point they was down by just a touchdown, and it was looking very interesting. And then, a few plays later, the mixing take
Jacoby Myers.
Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, Jacoby Myers. He was steady.
Mixon, making these, Joe Mixon had some good rushing yards today. The defense, maybe I can't blame the defense, but I would say maybe they was on the field a little bit too much today, and that's why sometimes the middle got softened up for Mixon to kind of like have those gashes. But hey, I know we lost by 21, but I think it was a better game than the numbers showed. That's all I could say. Next, Eagles took care of business on the Browns. I have to ask you guys this question. I want to ask Stacks. Do you know anything about, not about the Eagles per se winning the game, but did Deshaun Watson play? Is he trash again?
Deshaun Watson is fucking. You ever go to the dumpster and after they dump the trash and that little white juice be in the corner of the dumpster, Stone, that white juice and the flies.
Yeah.
And that's what he is. He is the fellas. We have been watching sports a long time. Stoney, I don't know if I've seen nobody fall off like that fast. I don't know. We've been watching it long. I don't think I've ever seen player.
That's why I keep asking that question. Like,
how you get
is
that?
He really that? Is he really that gone, or is he trying to push his way out of Cleveland? Is it something about Cleveland?
Nah, he ain't trying to push his way.
He can't get a job back in groceries, dog.
It's something mental going on with him. It's mental. He can't. They gave him all. Why would he want to leave if they gave him the most money he ever got in his whole career? So I just think it's a mental thing. It's so mental with him, man, because he's too good to fall from grace like that. He's too good.
At this point, Stoney, do you eat the contract and just cut ties with the dude?
Nah, they're gonna ride it out. It's only right, because it's like, okay, you cut ties with him. What is it gonna do? I mean, the season's already lost. It's not like if they cut him in the game.
Get that bad fucking aura he got around him away from the room.
Yeah. When he walked off the field last week, that wasn't I didn't like that. I didn't like that.
Then it's just demeanor when he does the interviews. His body language is like nonchalant, like he just don't give a fuck. Like that dude. And yo, I was riding for D Watson.
Yeah, me too, man. I was looking forward to that.
I thought that was some funny business on the Houston Texans part. As soon as he said he wanted to be traded, all this shit came out. And yo, that dude right there. And then another shorty came out. He swept her under the rug real quick. Like, yo, here, just take bread. And we're gonna. It is. Yo, that dude just need to go. I'm worried about that dude's mental well-being at this point. Like, there's something not right there. Like,
right.
You don't hear about him doing something to himself. I really do.
No, I don't think it's that bad. I just think he's
dialed out.
He's just not into it right now.
He's not tuned in. He's not tuned in.
His physical's there, man.
Not for his skill level, right?
Hampered or anything. I think it's the mental. The mental. He doesn't have the right people around him to kind of like calm him down a little bit. Because I'm telling you, this guy's too talented, man, to drop off like that. He's just too talented, man. You know, and I know he was dealing with a lot. That's the whole thing. I mean, when the whole Houston situation, then he had to sit out a couple of games. I think that time away from the game might have affected him a little bit because he was away from the game for a little bit. Then he got hurt.
2 years.
Probably 2 years, almost 2.5.
Yeah, man. So that could set you back, man. He had a lot of momentum going before all of that happened. A lot of momentum, and it's just gone. You know, momentum's gone. He can't find anything. I mean, he's gonna have to look at it this way. These guys always have a chance to. I mean, I don't ever give up on young quarterbacks. They might be dealing with shit or struggling. Maybe this offseason he could do something, revamp his career, but the Cleveland just can't give up on him. It's too much money invested in him. So they're gonna have to just hope that, all right, this is a bad season. We're gonna learn from it. Whether you bring some new people like coaches or advisors or somebody that could sit with him in the offseason, get his ass together, reset, and then come back next season a new person. But they got to find that old Deshaun Watson again. Somebody got to find that guy again and bring that and get that fire in him again, and so he could do what they paid him to do.
What's crazy is his salary cap number is so big that they're gonna have to get rid of some players that are good players.
Yeah.
So they talk about getting rid of Myles Garrett.
What?
Yeah, because they can't sign him back.
Man, if they get rid of him, we better hop on that dude.
Yeah, Myles gonna break the bank. But
I just feel like we need to do that. We need to. I mean, not to get into our situation, but I'm just saying, like in general, you have to get what they call one of those generational players, whether it's defense, off. A guy like that becomes available. A team that's trying to like build something, they got to hop on something like that. But you're right. He broke the bank already, but he does. I think he has one more breaking the bank to do. I think.
Yeah, I think his contract's up in like a year or two, Stoney. I believe.
Yeah, because they Cleveland gave him the bag.
So Hurts ended up with Hurts had the decent game, 16 for 25, 264.
Yeah, he got his weapons back.
TDs.
He got his weapons back, but they struggled a little bit. I mean, as you can see, they couldn't really.
That Cleveland, the defense for Cleveland gonna give you a game. You know what I'm saying?
Give you a game, yeah.
Cleveland defense ain't the problem. It's not their defense that's the problem. It's their offense that's the problem.
Good point. Next game, Buccaneers, man, put up a 51 piece on the Saints.
That game was closer than what it looked like, though.
It was closer than what it looked like. We was paying attention to that game while we was watching. While we was watching the Patriots game, we was paying attention to this game very closely. It was closer than what the score ended up being. I don't know what happened in the last quarter of the game.
Turnovers. Shout out his turnovers, man. There's a lot of turnovers. There's a lot of run after the catch on the Bucs behalf. Like they receivers were catching it and running for big chunk yards, man. That yak.
Yeah. It looks like your boy Baker Mayfield. So they had a good game. They scored 3 TDs in the fourth quarter, and the Saints scored nothing in the fourth quarter. So and they ain't scored nothing in the third, and they scored a TD in the third. The Saints, all their scores came in the
Second quarter.
So,
They started a rookie today as well.
Yeah, they had a rookie in
Rattler still though for a rookie, 22 for 40, 243, 1 TD, 2 INTs. That's a rookie, obviously. Growing pains with the 2 INTs, but your boy Baker had 3 INTs. He didn't have such a,
Yeah, he had 3.
He had 3.
Oh, yeah, I mean he was turning the ball over today in crucial moments. I mean he had back-to-back possessions where he threw an interception, and that's why New Orleans came back. New Orleans was down 17-0, and then next thing you know, they was up 2017.
Yeah, I was shocked by that. I flipped by that score, and then I said, "Oh,
yeah,
shit.
That was those turnovers. They had short field."
Is Kamara reverting back to, like, is he slowing down? He only had
Kamara killed today. I think he had 4 touchdowns.
Who, Kamara?
Yeah.
He had 1 rushing TD. Oh, so he must have had some passing yards then.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah, box score. Let me see this real quick.
Yeah, Kamara killed today. I know he had.
Oh yeah, you're right. He had 1 rushing TD, and Kamara had.
No, he just had 1 touchdown today.
Yeah, 1 touchdown today. He had 1 touchdown today.
You sure?
But he's a horse though. Yeah, I'm looking at he's a horse though
right now.
This guy be
24 receiving yards.
Yeah.
He fumbled once. Yeah. And he had 40 rushing yards. So he had an all-purpose game, but he only scored 1 TD.
Yeah, I thought they put it. I know I seen his numbers go by the screen. I thought he had a pretty good game.
Falcons took care of business on the Panthers 38-20. Panthers seems like they're starting to score points. That means Bryce Young is probably coming into his own.
No, did he start? It was him. Did he start?
Did he start?
Bryce is on
the bench.
Yeah, Bryce ain't playing another game there.
Was it on again? Who they playing?
Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
Dalton, that's right. It was Dalton. My fault. Andy Dalton, the redhead. He's been playing for the past few games. My fault.
Yeah, he might play for the rest of the season. What you think, Stacks? Rest of the season, right?
That coach, he ain't fucking with Bryce Young no more. Yeah,
I think Bryce Young.
Bryce is on that roster.
Man, waste of a first pick, huh?
First pick. The number 1 pick.
Number one pick.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah, man. I mean, there was a lot of red flags with him coming out of Bama, like out of Alabama. The scouting report, he wasn't worthy of that first pick. I think they were stretching it.
I think you're probably right about that. I think you're right.
It was his ability to compute plays that got him drafted. Like, he's real smart. So that got him drafted, and he won a lot.
It's his physical form, like his height,
and
I think he's strong. And then the throws he make, it shows. You know, his lack of size, his lack of being able to see over that line. I think they prematurely gave up on Darnold because they had Sam Darnold. And
Sam was playing shitty.
He was playing shitty, but me tell you, sometimes, man, you just got to put. I mean, I'm not saying that they had that type of time on their hands, but you got to recognize each player's strengths, and you got to cater to that, especially when it's your quarterback. You can't just be it's not working and then throwing them away and then try to, I think that's the problem with a lot of these teams, man. They just want to keep trying to find that next guy when little they know they got that guy already. They just got to work with them. You know, I mean, you just got to work with these. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it don't, man. But when you see these golf, like Jared Goff, look at him, man. He was a
well.
he was
Look,
hey,
not to
Yeah,
cut you,
but Jared Goff was good on the Rams. Sean, your boy just didn't want him there. That's all it was.
Something went down there.
You talk about Goff did take them to the Super Bowl. So
and then they got rid of him after.
Yeah, your boy just wasn't feeling him. It wasn't his guys. So it wasn't his guy. You gotta remember, a lot of these coaches want to draft their guy. That's my guy. I like him. That's my guy. And when you know McVay came, Goff was there already. You know, he was already there. But Goff get a bad rap for that whole situation. I think that team would have been good with Goff. Would they have won a Super Bowl? I don't know. But I just think, like you said, Stoney, with the pieces around, I think the Rams could have been competing with Goff. I mean, they sold for a Super Bowl and they ain't done shit since.
Exactly.
Right. I haven't done shit. Let me tell you something though, but Goff, that guy he could make some throws if he has the time.
He's solid.
If he has the time, he put those throws right on the money.
Yeah, man. McVay gave up some. I mean, he sold his soul. He made the right choice for a Super Bowl, I guess.
Super Bowl. I mean, Super Bowl could always
struggling since then.
Yeah.
But look who's getting off the schneid, looking pretty, not schneid, but who's looking like things are starting to click. I mean, even though it was the Jaguars, the Bears look pretty good today.
Yeah, Caleb Williams.
Yeah, the Bears look good today, man.
Caleb Williams look good today.
They got a good defense too. They got a good defense over there. So I'm telling you, man, if you could be good on one side of the ball, it's gonna help the other.
Yeah, he's 23 for 29, 226, 4 TDs, 1 INT. Your boy Trevor Lawrence wasn't that bad either.
Let me tell you something. I watched that game. He was on early. They dropped a lot of balls on Trev today, man. I felt bad for Trev. I ain't going in on Trevor today. I'm not going to do that because I watched that game, Trev, and they was dropping ball after ball after ball on that dude. So I don't know what they was doing. I mean, touchdowns.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just dropping them. So
wow.
I'm going to give Trevor a pass today. That ain't on you. I ain't on you today.
Yeah, he looks like he played a decent game, man. And as far as his numbers look decent, it just the Bears went off on him. Next game that looked pretty good, and I was just watching this game from the stadium, just on the big screen. They were showing pieces of it. Commanders Ravens.
Yeah, that was a great game.
That was a great game.
That looked like that was a good game, man.
Yeah,
and they was putting some hits on my boy there, on Daniels there. They was putting some nice licks on him. He took a couple licks in that game.
That was his downfall coming out of college. He took too many big hits. He ain't got the frame to be taking them hits. He got to be careful. Like you see how my man in Indianapolis, I mean AR-15, he's a bigger kid and he takes hits. But he's a big kid.
Yeah,
he's always hurt. So Jaden Daniels, you can't be taking them hits, man. You gotta slide.
Yeah, you gotta start sliding.
You gotta slide. Today he was. I know they were amped because if they would have beat, trust me, if the Commanders would have beat Baltimore, people would have been talking about a whole different story right now. They would have been like, "Yo, watch out." You know what I mean? They would have been like, "Yo, this kid is the real deal." Not saying that he's not, but if the Commanders would have squeaked that game out against Baltimore, trust me, there would have been the conversations would have been very interesting tomorrow morning.
Shout out to Baltimore, man. They look like a different team than that first team.
Hopefully.
After that win against what was that win they had? They had a big win a couple of weeks ago.
Dallas.
Yep. After that Dallas win, they figured something out after that game, you know, and they definitely they haven't lost since, you know. They definitely riding that momentum right now.
Yeah.
After that slow start, but they're gonna be good. I know I didn't really worry about Baltimore, man. They got a good thing going over there. Good culture, good coaches. That's a good franchise over there. So
yeah, it is.
Lamar solid game, 20 for 26, 323, 1 TD, 1 INT. Daniels 24 for 35, 369, 2 TDs, no INTs though,
Yeah,
which is good.
He had some rushing yards too. He ran,
and he had 22 rushing yards, 5 carries. You know, so that kid's gonna be good, guys. The future for real. Washington made a great pick.
Great pick. I think the best pick.
They made the best pick of.
Hold on. The verdict ain't over yet.
Yeah. The verdict. Yeah, you're right.
You're totally right.
Yeah.
So far. Next game, Packers took care of the Cardinals. I don't know. Packers was out early on them. I was seeing the score. They were out early on them, man. Love. Nice game. 22 for 32, 254, 4 TDs, 1 INT. Murray, still not a bad game. Numbers could have been a little bit higher. 22 for 32, 214, 1 TD. You know, so and that game score was 34-13. Packers look good, guys. The kid's he's a good quarterback. Love. And to come back before the season even got too ripe, he came back at the right time to tune it up. I think so. The injury, he's lucky it wasn't worse than what it was. You know what I mean?
He is. Shout out to the whole Packers organization, man, for knowing when to move on from that chump Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, shout out to them. I mean, this is the second time they made that right choice.
They made that right choice. Yeah, right.
When they moved on from Brett Favre, it was perfect timing. And
yeah, you're right.
Chargers they repeated the same the good decision.
Chargers took care of the Broncos 23-16. The Colts took care of the Titans 20-17. And the Steelers took care of the Raiders 32-13. Steelers is dealing.
But they beating up on some bad teams when the opportunity comes around, because they Raiders that team is in disarray. I mean, I wish they was on our schedule. You know what I'm saying? That's just how bad that team is, man. But not taking away nothing from the Steelers, but you see last week when they went up against Dallas, you saw some flaws there.
Mm-hmm. When
they had a Dallas came up with a good defensive scheme against Justin Fields, and they couldn't really do much last week. But they Steelers, shout out to them though. I mean, they they can only play the team they put in front of them, but a lot of those wins were against some bad teams.
Yeah.
So real quick, next game, moving on. Falcons took care of business against Carolina. Like I said, guys, 38-20.
You can skip that, Joe. Anybody that played Carolina.
Yeah, but look at this. They saying the Falcons third straight victory versus the NFC South foe. So that means they're making some noise.
Yeah, but that NFC South is flawed, man. That's a flawed
Buccaneers, though. You got Buccaneers, you got New Orleans.
New Orleans they on the downslide.
It's a wrap for them pretty much. I mean, they started off hot. Don't get me wrong, but they falling off a little bit. The Panthers are, the Buccaneers. That's like probably the only team, but they flawed too. I think the problem with the Bucs, and they're gonna get exposed, is that you can throw on that team. You can throw on that team,
and you could be patient, and Baker Mayfield will give you 1 or 2.
Oh yeah, he'll give you 1 or 2 turnovers. He'll definitely do that. So there's ways to play this Bucs team where you could pretty much like beat them up or slow that scoring down. But I think that division is not as strong as like the other NFC divisions.
No, right. You're right. You're probably right.
That might
the
be.
Lions, I know we talked about it a little bit, but the Lions did take care of the Cowboys today.
Yeah,
that's a strong division. I think that's the strongest division right there.
They did more to take care. They put their ass in the suitcase and put their ass on the plane. They packed their ass
in their home field. 47-9, like on their home turf.
47 joints.
47-9 on their turf, on Cowboy turf. Yo, the Lions. I don't know if it's such of a statement
They were pissed about that game. That Cowboys beat them last year. They was pissed.
Yeah.
Remember that whole debacle about the lineman reporting eligible, and then he said he wasn't eligible.
Yeah. That was
Detroit, but Detroit did beat them in the playoffs anyway. But still, they wanted this game today. They wanted this game. Detroit. I know Stoney had in the beginning of the year thought they was going to take a step back, but they look like they something to be fucked with.
Yeah,
Detroit. We're gonna find out next week when they go at Minnesota.
Yeah, your boy. Look at your man's numbers though. He's starting to come back down to earth too. Sam Darnold.
Yeah, he is starting to come down.
Are they on the
earth?
Are they on the bye?
Yeah, they're on the bye.
Okay.
Yeah, they're on the bye week, but that defense is stout,
people
though.
say, "What's up, man?"
Ankle's good, bro. It's still it's healing. It's healing. That's all I can say. It's getting all right.
He's on the IR right now.
Yeah, I'm on the IR for 4 games at least.
Yeah, at least.
Shout out to Turner fam. Thanks for coming through, Turner fam. Shout out to Turner fam. We appreciate you always dropping through on the Facebook side of things. Please hit the thumbs up or likes on that side of thing. I don't know how it works on the Facebook, but please give us a share or something like that, and that'll be nice. Thank you, Turner fam. And shout out to everybody else, whoever else is on this live or jumping in and out on the live. We appreciate you guys. Please hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the like and subscribe. This is Parlay with Us. We bring you the NFL talk and sports talk every Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. We drop some gems about what we feel about certain teams and games. Obviously this is Boston's based podcast. So we do appreciate and talk everything Boston. We represent our Boston teams. But yeah, that was it I seen on the slate, guys. And once again, thanks everybody for coming through. Please like, subscribe, and share. So that was it that I had really on the slate to talk about. Seahawks got taken care of by 49ers, 24-36 on Thursday night. We got a game tonight. Bengals, Giants. The Bengals need this one, but they are playing in the Meadowlands. So
the Giants are playing good ball too. I mean, don't sleep on them.
The Giants are 2-3. The Giants are trying to go to 500. So, and I know Burrow and the rest of the Bengals team, probably, let one slip by them last week. They needed that, right? And that game slipped by them last week. So I think it's a redemption. I don't think the Bengals is going in fearing the Giants. Not to say that they should go in there and be lackadaisious, but I think truthfully, the Bengals should be able to win this game by at least more than 3 points. Yeah. That's just my spread. If you want to call it anything, that's the Mr. Bean spread. I think the Bengals should be able to beat the Giants by more than 3.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on the other side of that.
It's all right. That's cool.
I ain't gonna lie, that Bengal defense been terrible. I ain't gonna lie.
It was horrible, man.
That shit is bad.
Yeah, but who's the Giants though? Like
what the squad, man, throwing them.
What's the Giants though? Like, I mean, what do they got really going on?
Slayton's been getting busy. I think Neighbors might come back. That's what I gotta look. I don't
think he's still up in the air, Stoney. Be careful.
Neighbors still up in the air?
Yeah, he's still up in the air.
Yeah, but they had other guys that was stepping it up. They're at home. That dude, they running back. He's been running the ball good, man. They've been having some good games, man. That win against Seattle, that Giants team looked really good out there without Neighbors, and they was getting busy on those Seahawks last week. So I think they got enough to keep it close. They're at home. Yeah, the Bengals, I could see them winning, but I could see them really really earning this win, like really.
Oh, the Bengals.
The Bengals.
They gotta earn it.
But I see them in a dog fight. I don't see them like beating the Giants handily. That's what I'm betting on. I'm betting on the Giants to keep it tight.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I'm thinking. I think they're gonna keep it tight, and the Bengals, they might win on a field goal, or they might be up 2 or 3, and they may stop the Giants from scoring. I could see that type of game.
But you might be right, though, Stacks and Stoney. The Bengals might need to show up their defense a little bit. That's why they're getting beat too. Like you said, their defense is kind of suspect. You're right.
Very suspect.
I don't know what happened with that team. That team was ascending to be real contenders out there, and within the past, since Burrow got hurt last year and now trying to come back, it's like it feels like it didn't have any issues with the wide receiver issues and all this shit. It seems like they're coming out the gate slow. But we mentioned this before that the Bengals is known to come out the gate slow. So tonight's win is to put them back in the column to come out, to get over that gate, because then the next game they could get to 500. So, that's why I said I think the Bengals will thrive to win this game. I know what you're saying. Washington. New York might be better, but I think the Bengals know they have to win this game. Remember what you saying about they had to win that game the other day? It's the same thing about tonight's game.
Yeah, and a lot of money came in on the Giants too, because they opened at 5.5. Now it's 4.5. So, a lot of guys feel like the Giants is gonna keep this tight. It's gonna be they're gonna make it a dogfight. That's just what it is. I don't think the Bengals are not a team that's gonna like smoke you out the water. Like they're not that. They haven't been that team this year thus far. They haven't been that yet. Yeah, they haven't been that team. So, I'm banking on that.
Jason Higgins and the running game gets together in that play action, they could be back to scoring again.
They could be dangerous. I'll tell you one thing, like if they make the playoffs, if they're that team that gets hot towards the playoffs and get in, that's a team to watch out for. Because teams like that's just been funny the whole year, and then they finally found something towards the end.
Especially if they have
those are teams, those are teams
you got to go against, like a team like the Bills or KC. They know how to play them too pretty well.
Oh yeah, really well,
real well. So that's why like you said, right, yeah, they're not good. They won in whatever. You know what I mean? So they got they got a hill to climb. And then the Monday night game is the Bills Jets.
That's gonna be low scoring. I'm taking the
under. It might be low scoring, but Aaron Rodgers is the father time seems to be kicking in.
Yeah.
I think so. Because I think he cannot do.
Can't get loose he used to.
He can't do. He can still throw. He's a great.
He can still throw the ball
on the run.
Yeah, he can.
His accuracy when he's running, it's amazing.
He ain't loose. He can't get loose
he can't continuously make those type of plays, though. That's the thing. He can't continuously make those type of plays, So they got to block for him. They got a problem on the offensive line. That's what's going on with the Jets. The offensive line is flawed. They need to shore that up because they're not giving him time. So he's been getting sacked. He's been, running for his life. Remember, he just came off of Achilles injury. So, so that's what they do.
How you think that's what them teams know? Them teams are saying to themselves, yo, why are we not chasing this guy out the box? I know he's dangerous and, when you chase him out the box, but if you chase him make him go backwards instead of going side to side,
on your ass, though.
Probably, huh? You gotta be careful. Yeah, you gotta be careful. That's what I'm saying. Maybe they don't. They chase. They make him go backwards instead of trying, and that's where he's getting sacked instead of going side to side where he can extend the play and get the ball out. You know what I mean? And he's not quick like he used to do the side, going from side to side and extending the play. He's not that out. Trust me, guys. Yes, he's still got the rocket arm. He can still dot it, but the feet ain't the same. And y'all know that after the Achilles. Ask any basketball player. They'll tell you. And after the Achilles is ruptured, you're never the same. You can't run with the same speed. You lose a step. You're more cautious about the way you run and the way you step.
Yeah. Yeah, that Achilles do it to you every time.
Every time.
Yes, it will.
That's why the whole thing about your boy Cousins in Atlanta. Why you think I understood what you were saying, Stoney, from the beginning of the season about why would you take Penix when you got Cousins? He's coming off the injury, boom, boom, boom. Bro, it's an Achilles. That's why they did it.
Yeah.
That's why. And it's, he's winning. Yeah, I'm sure he's holding fort, but that's why they did it. It's the reverse. It's the backup plan, a solid backup plan, not a backup plan where he's like a backup player. We're going to have we have a number one, potentially number one, could have been a number one pick as the guy in waiting right now. So that's why they took him.
Yep. I agree with you 100%.
So, it's going to be interesting. It's an interesting season, guys. Like truthfully, it is. Hopefully, the Drake May project can work out. They need to keep working on it. On our side of things, from a New England Patriots standpoint, work on what we saw with May and get better. That's it. Receivers, offensive line, then receivers, because it showed. It showed in today's game what a somewhat cohesive offensive line can do for you if that's the case. You know what I mean? This kid was getting rid of the ball in some good throws, man. Some of them, a little bit more accuracy, but he was getting some good throws. And I think once they get those parts down, Pat, we should be good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think we should
put a couple of weapons around the kid, build some shit around him.
Yeah, build around him, be able to get protected. He knows how to scramble. He knows how to run. He's not scared to run and scramble, and he can improvise a little bit coming out of that pocket. Same thing. That same improvise coming out the pocket. That's a good tangible to have.
Yeah, I think we look going forward. I like the product that he put out today for sure.
Yeah, me too.
Most def. So before we go ahead and wrap it up, because I know we don't have Doe in today, and it might be a short one. We're gonna go over some of the best bets by Stoney Cook. And I know he's probably setting things up so he could get ready to get y'all some of the best bets. So with that being said, we're gonna move on to the best bets and parlays with Stoney Cook and Sean Doe. Sean Doe is not here today. Once again, condolences to Sean Doe losing a family member. We will see you soon, bro, and bless up from the team. But yeah, go ahead, Cook.
Yeah, so tonight I just put it in, man. I'm taking the Giants tonight plus 4.5. It went up to 4.5. So the money was going back to Cincinnati because it went from 4 to 4.5. But yeah, I'm taking the Giants 4.5 tonight. Why not? They're at home. They're a gritty team. They scrappy, and the Bengals they're not beating anybody convincingly right now. So I think this is gonna be a tight game. Field goal, right where we need to be. We got 4.5 points, so that's what I'm going with tonight. And tomorrow night, the only play I like tomorrow night against the Buffalo Bills at the Jets is the under 41. That's what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to take the under 41 for the total points scored in the game. It's going to be low scoring. The Bills, they missing a lot of people on the offensive side. They lost an offensive lineman. So, the Jets are going to feast on that. They got pass rush. Man, they're going to be in Allen's ass all night. They're going to have him running all over the place. His ass is going to be on fire tomorrow night. So hopefully,
hopefully that's not hopefully that don't hurt, the Jets if he's able to take off on their ass.
No, I mean it may work into their hands because the Jets got a great secondary, and Josh Allen, he's better as a pocket passer than he is running with the ball. Because when he's running with the ball,
he makes mistakes.
He just doesn't know when to get rid of it, man. That's his problem, man. He needs to throw that shit sometimes. And sometimes he takes the loss, he takes the sack, he tries to do too much. So it may work into their favor because the Jets got a great secondary. So I just feel like it's gonna be a tight game. And Aaron Rodgers too. Brees Hall ain't really doing much. I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah, but he got him splitting carries with the young boy they got back there. Young running back.
But Brees Hall was getting busy like that where they didn't need to. I mean, but he catches though. That's his saving grace. He's a great catcher. He's a great receiver as a running back. Brees Hall, man, I'm telling you, great receiver. So whatever he doesn't get on the ground running, he catches that shit. So
he does.
He's definitely a good weapon for the Jets. But yeah, it's gonna be a tight game tomorrow, under 41.
Nice. So two nice best bets from Stony Crook. He gave you tonight's game against the Giants. He took the Giants. What was that? Plus 4.5, you said?
Yeah.
Yep. He took the Giants plus 4.5, and he's taking the under total points for the Bills versus the Jets tomorrow, Monday Night Football. So those are our best bets. Let it work for you guys and see what happens. Any success out there with some of these best bets that we put out there that we give you guys, please reply to us, respond, get in the chat sometimes and say, hey, that best bet you guys threw out last week, the Bills Jets under 41 and a half points, that worked out for me. Let us know, give us some of that feedback so we can know that some of Stoney's hard works of doing his research and Cook's and Doe's hard work, Stacks too, of analyzing these weekly games and the players on a day-to-day basis to give you a good possible outcome on these games as far as betting is concerned. So with that being said, shout out to Cook and shout out to Stacks and Doe for always implementing the best bets and parlays. So guys, man, it was a good show tonight. I know the game's about to get started in a few. We probably will see each other. I don't know how our schedule, but if we do see each other later on in the week, we'll be on. You guys will get the notification. Just look out for it.
Got some notifications, man.
Just check those notifications. And if you're not seeing stuff in YouTube people, if you're not seeing notifications for Parlay with us when we go live, because this is a live podcast, we do nothing pre-recorded. If you do see us go get a notification, if you're not getting it, go back into your YouTube and hit that all button and where the bell is, and you'll get all your notifications. And every time we drop a video or every time we go live, not drop a video, because this is a live podcast. So with that being said, do that. And when you're on Facebook, same thing. Always have your always follow us and make sure the notifications is already set, that every time we drop a live, you guys in Facebook will be able to be notified and chat with us. Like I said, reply. We love the replies. We love the people to respond. So let us know how good we're doing and what we need to improve on. I'm on that right now. So with that being said, it was a great show.
Yo, 2 shout outs. Let me shout out.
Go ahead.
Y'all be dropping the ball. Shout out to Wellesley High School with a big win over Brookline.
Oh, my nephew. Go ahead.
Shout out the fucking Milton Wildcats. Y'all some deadbeat fucking don't mention nothing about
haven't won yet.
It don't matter. You gotta shut them out. You can't be like that, dog. You gotta shut up.
I know, man.
He's right. He's totally right. He's right.
And one more thing. NBA preview coming up soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Jalik, first game of the year, case of beer. I know you're watching this joint right now too. We Knicks and Celtics. We got case of beer on the joint.
Yeah. Julie, he got you on that one, man. Like he said, case of beer.
I know. Hey, Stoney, them Knicks fans is hype right now, right?
They got
every right to be. They got every right to be.
We could talk about it. They got every right to be, but they
better pray that they play and stay healthy.
Now they got something to go. Now they
got to stay healthy though. They always got to
like
they got to stay healthy though. Stay away. them players need to stay out of them clubs at night. That New York life. You guys need to be a little disciplined because if y'all want to be with the big boys, y'all gotta behave like the big boys. Y'all gotta behave like the big boys. Go to bed early. Tell them early. Take your vitamins.
Shout out to Tatum and Brown. Tatum and Brown on some other shit right now.
Yeah, shout out to the Celtics.
You didn't see Brown in off season doing the underwater workout.
Yeah.
Take notes. Take notes, Knicks fans, and Knicks, vibe over there. Like you guys gotta take notes. That's how we get down over here.
They think they're ready. They do think
right
they're
now,
ready.
77-55, but we got the bench. Ain't nobody playing.
Ain't nobody playing. Yeah. I was about to say tonight's Celtics last preseason game, and it's at home. And I think the last tune-up. I think the next week, right? First game's next week.
22nd.
It's the Knicks.
Against the Knicks.
22nd.
Wow.
The banner goes up. Number 18.
Yo, Jalik, if you're watching, if you watch it after the live recording, if you watch after that, if you watched it, yo, you heard what Stack said. A case of beer, what you got? Celtics. We bringing it.
I said friendly wages, Tony. We ain't gonna put no money on it. This case of beer here and there.
It's a case of beer. That's it. We could gift it with each other. That's cool. That's a good one. Jalik. I know you ready. I know he waiting for that too. I know he is. He's waiting for that. Real. All them New Yorkers, yo. I'm telling you, all my cousins, all of them.
Especially since the Mets and the Yankees are in it too. They hype right now. They
hype. Yo, all of them, my cousins in the you're right. I forgot the Yankees are in the pennant. They feeling it. The Mets is out there. Yo, they feeling it right now. Yeah, y'all feeling it in New York. Yo, that's my family. I can't I'm a Queens family person too. I ain't gonna never shout out the Yanks, but shout out to the Mets. You know what I mean, for my Queens fan. But other than that, man, I ain't no Knicks fan. None of that, yo. We gonna bring the pressure on all of them teams. Next year, y'all gotta watch out for the Red Sox. Watch that.
Hopefully.
They'll make moves. They'll make moves. You know what I mean? They can't continue to be at the bottom. Hell no. The Yankees been at the bottom for a long time too. Look, they making moves, right?
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. Nobody ain't seen the Yankees. Did y'all see the Yankees in the pennant? Nobody saw the Yankees in the pennant. Did you see that? Cook, you're a baseball guy. I wish Doe was here, to ask this question, because we got
I can answer that question.
You can answer because you're a baseball guy. Did you see the New York Yankees where they at right now going to the ALCS? Is it the ALCS or the ALC?
The ALCS. But the thing is, baseball has proven that it's whatever team is the hottest in the postseason. The last couple of years, it's been the wild card teams that have been going to the championship, winning the championship. So you can always say, I could see them. They had the lineup. They got a fucking, the highest payroll team in the league. So why not? I seen them with that high payroll.
I haven't followed the Yankees in so long. They still running with that high payroll.
They got a fucking a murderous row of hitters over there.
They always gonna spend money. That's the Yankees.
Yeah, they're gonna always spend money. And thing is with baseball though, sometimes it just doesn't work. Look at them. Look at the Mets. The Mets. I bet you a lot of people don't know the Mets are getting busy right now. The Mets are in the ALCS. I mean, on the NLCS. I'm sorry.
The NLCS.
They're going against the Dodgers, and look at them. This team that was another team that was in total disarray.
Yeah, they had
all kinds of players.
They had to trade away guys.
They bankrolled. They matter of fact, they lost money with the Madoff scandal. They lost both the money fucking with that dude Madoff. They lost money with that. They was just in total disarray over there. They had players that was just not performing. They had problems over there, and they figured it out. They figured something out, and they got it together. And look, they're in the NLCS, and I'm picking them to fucking go to the World Series too.
You got the Dodgers?
I got them beating the Dodgers.
No Ohtani. No Ohtani.
Ohtani ain't been.
Ohtani's cold right now.
He's cold right now, but that don't
mean he's in the freezer right now.
Mean he can't wake up. That don't mean.
I know he can't wake up.
That don't mean he can't. It don't mean he can't wake up.
But he better wake up sooner rather than later, because you got a Mets team that's on fire right now, man. Them dudes are smoking hot right now, man. They feeling themselves too.
Yeah. That was a big win. I didn't think they beat the Phillies. I didn't think
they beat them handily too. Like it was like shit. They just took care of them like they were like their little cousins or some shit.
Yeah, Bryce Harper looked like he wanted to cry over there.
Yo, crazy.
Bryce Harper's still playing with the Phillies.
Yeah, Bryce still killing. Big Bryce.
Yeah, Bryce is gonna be there for a little bit.
Yeah,
they gave that motherfucker like a lifetime contract.
Yeah, he got some big bread, right?
Yeah,
hell yeah.
He still be fucking hitting like 30 home runs a year.
Right? He's worth every penny they gave him. That dude is he's a stud, man. That dude, man, that dude got power, man.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know. Haven't been keeping up with the baseball thing. I just heard that the Red Sox fired everybody besides the pitch, besides the skipper. Everybody's gone. So they come in with a whole new coaching staff next year. And yeah, maybe they'll build back what they used to do. Build the pitching. Remember the Red Sox used to be about pitching?
Sure did.
Yeah,
remember?
It was about that pitching. Hell yeah.
It was about that pitching. They need to get that back there. That's that was the nucleus of their team. They had pitching, and then they added the power. Poppy, Manny, you know what I mean? Then they added this, then they had the shortstops, great shortstops. Get back to what it was. Get back to the nucleus of it. And defense. I don't know too much about baseball, but I know what the Red Sox used to produce, you know what I mean? To compete.
Shout out. It's a lot of sports has been great this year. College football is crazy.
Yeah, what's going on? Yo, what game I got to watch yesterday, man. I sat down and watched a little bit of I've seen Alabama took care of business. I watched that
Alabama should have lost that game.
Yeah. late I saw that.
Alabama should have lost that game. Colorado lost late. That's a game you probably was watching because that game was on late. Oh, Oregon, Ohio State. That was a game.
That's the game.
That was a game
I was watching.
That was a game, and that USC Penn State game was a great game too.
Yo, how did that game end up? That USC
Penn State came all the way back.
Get out of here.
Yeah, it came all the way back, man. I knew that would happen, man. The teams like USC jumped on them early with that whole West Coast thing going to the Big Ten, and then from Cali to damn Pennsylvania. What? Like
yo, Stocks. Let me ask you that question. We got 1 or 2 minutes left before we lock off. But let me ask you this question. How did Penn State, how did USC end up in the Big Ten?
Money.
That's money. Everything's money. Yeah,
everything's money in football, man.
What conference was over there on the West Coast in that? So what was that called again?
Pac-10.
Pac-10.
Yeah.
So what's going on with the Pac-10?
Oregon's over there too.
Oregon's in the Big Ten now too?
Yeah, that's why they played Ohio State. Yep. Oregon's over there too.
That's why they played Ohio State.
Okay. I think Cal went to the ACC. So it's wild, man. This don't make no sense. I don't understand how that's gonna work out with you all the way in damn Pennsylvania, and you got to fly all the way to USC. And then come back and then fly to Oregon. Like that's wild. Like they got to college football got to do better with.
Is that revenue though? You think it's revenue?
Yeah, that Big Ten, that's a lot of bread. When that's why a lot of schools
and the network too.
Cut you those Stacks. I know you're gonna give me some knowledge. Was the formation of this realignment or this, let's say, merger from these teams leaving the Pac-10? Going to the Big Ten, is that to compete against the SEC?
They ain't nobody fucking with the SEC.
That's what I mean. I know you're gonna say that.
Once Texas and Oklahoma went over there, that was in Texas looking like the team to beat. So I ain't gonna front to you. They just look like they clicking on all cylinders.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I would be surprised if Texas won the national championship this year. They got two great college quarterbacks.
Yeah, great quarterbacks.
Receivers, they just retooled, man. Like Texas just retooled after they lost to Penix and them. They just retooled. And Georgia that's the game next week, fellas. Texas, Georgia. That's the game next week.
Next Saturday.
Yep, this Saturday, Beans. Make sure you tune into that one. That's the game. That's the game right there.
Yeah, that's gonna be the game of the week. Okay. Where they at Texas or at Georgia?
At Texas.
At Texas. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Well,
good.
as I'll say that next week I'll be at Howard University on Saturday for the homecoming game. Howard's playing Tennessee State. It's going to be a good one, guys. I'll be there for that, but I will tune into that game too at the same time. I'll be able to keep up.
Maybe we get a sweater, Stoney. Maybe.
Yeah, probably, man. Well, t-shirt will work.
Fucking pair of shoelaces. Just say Howard on it.
No, I'm gonna get y'all. I will get y'all. I'm gonna have Howard. I'm gonna be with the paraphernalia. I'm gonna grab y'all t-shirts.
Yeah,
right. No, I got you. I got your addresses. Watch when y'all see it pop up. Y'all gonna be like, oh, I was talking shit. Y'all getting y'all Howard this year.
I want the good joint. I don't want the joint from the nigga, the towel head.
Nah, I ain't gonna give you the joint with
I don't know if y'all got that here. You go in the corner store, the towel head dude got the joint in the corner and shit.
Nah, you know the dude with the table like this, like down the street around like
He ain't on campus because he knew he can't be right. He got to sell the joint off campus and shit. Like, fuck this dude. Where you get these shirts from?
Nah, I'm gonna get you some solid. Y'all going to get official campus t-shirts, Howard campus t-shirts from the bookstore, what we call a bookstore. I'll go get you guys that t-shirts because I want to go and get me a new sweatshirt or t-shirt to wear that day. Hopefully the weather's nice next week. It's already crispy up here, T. It's crispy already, bro.
Yeah.
It's crispy. I'm trying to tell you. I went to the game today and I had just on this. I was like, should I, like, when I got out the car, I was like, yo, I should be cool with this, right? And everybody's like, I don't know, maybe you want to bring that Patagonia you brought in the car because who knows what'll happen. And sure enough, by the time we turned the corner to go into the freaking damn thing, we felt that wind. We was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it gets windy over there.
So yeah. The crisp is out here in Boston already, man. It is crispy already. This morning I went to work early. It was 39 degrees. So that goes to show you it was cold. It's dropping. So yeah, hopefully in DC next week the weather's pretty good, man. But yeah, shout out to Howard Bisons next week, guys. Is Howard homecoming. I will be there next week, man, checking out the football game and all the activities. And yeah, man, they'll be playing Tennessee State. That'll be a good one. So with that being said, yo, great show. Good time talking to you guys. Good time chopping it up. Thanks for the best bet, Stoney, and thanks for the parlays. Doe, I know you ain't here. And Stacks, yo, best of luck, man. I know you healing, bro. You'll be back on your tools in any minute now. So I'll see you guys soon. We out.
Yes.
God, to make moves, doobie don't snooze on your back, cause they hate you, dog break through, sun get through.